We have breaking news. I'm toasted.
Hi, welcome back or welcome to Kids Eat Toast Sometimes. Jaden and Sammy, how are you doing?
I'm good. I don't know why Elise is crying. I like it here on the right side.
Sam's having a bit of a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Sammy, what's going on for you?
I'm not having a mental breakdown. I just thought get the clicks up, you know.
Oh, okay.
Crying thumbnail.
Let's all do the thumbnail now. Have you seen there was this really viral video of this, mommy vloggers and family vloggers, and at their dog's just been put down, and the mom goes to the son, okay, cry for the thumbnail. And the son goes, I am crying.
Cry for the thumbnail.
Hey.
It's crazy. Speaking of kids are exhausting.
I love kids.
Really? We were around kids the whole weekend. I do love kids, but I just feel like I'm not at that point in my life where I can have kids.
Also, stop inviting me to your 30th. I'm too young. I've got too much to achieve still before I go to 30th. But the 30th and brides like that, they run. The children are the dictators. They run the show. It doesn't matter where you go, what establishment you go to. It's all about the kids. And they're terrifying, and I'm not ready. I wanted 5. I'm now back to China policy. I want 1. And you tuck the other one away if I can't play sports. So I'm flipping. They're exhausting. How many kids are you having, Jaden?
Well, I didn't think that far yet. But
you
we
haven't?
need to speak about... No, we need
He
to
doesn't
speak
even
about
have a partner.
So first you need to get that sorted.
He's still trying the solo kid.
Well, it's December, baby. So, but no, I don't. Maybe it's just, maybe 2. I'd be happy with 2.
2, yeah.
But it's a conversation for, the wife as well one day.
Yeah, the
Okay.
hypothetical being.
I always wanted
You've got
to.
coffee all over your face.
Oh, oopsies.
Nope, you're fine.
I'm dribbling like a baby. I can't have kids yet. I always wanted 2, but now I'm set on 3.
No, I'm actually bumping mine up. I want 9. Just like my dad was a family of 9.
I think that you're going to have like sister wives then. And then like each of them can have 3
I need to have gang money.
Yeah.
Gangbangs. I could get behind that idea. But no, it's soft men make hard times make hard, something like that. It's a quote.
What are we doing
But,
here?
my dad has made me a soft man. So now I need to create hard times by creating 9 children living in poverty.
Okay.
That is what I'm after. Imagine you've just started listening to KETS for the first time.
Yeah, that intro.
Wow.
Welcome.
Yeah.
What is going on? It's chaos.
It's
like
pure
this.
chaos. It always is. And we thought it's time to bring back one of our favorite segments of the show, show and tell. The last time you did it, you were probably 6. Nervous, but excited. And that's exactly how I feel today. So, Chloe, what have you got for us?
I think that my new alternate career path is going to be a baker. Maybe like a KETS bake sale. So on the weekend, I hadn't made creme brulee in so long. And I made creme brulee and I brought some. I've actually got 3 spoons. We can all try. But I thought...
Lovely.
What a surprise.
We never knew about this.
This is my creme brulee. I thought I would do some ASMR.
I don't think anyone can see it when you hold it like that.
There we go.
There's my creme brulee.
There's what do you call that? The hard bit on top. What do you call it?
Why
sugar.
are you sweating buckets over there?
I thought it wasn't noticeable. I'm sweating so much.
No, it's high. If you even
It's very hot in here.
even people listening have said she's sweating.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. It probably looks awful. I think it's because I ran up the stairs, but it is
With
so
the creme
hot in
brulee.
here. Okay, but anyway,
So much potential.
back to creme brulee ASMR.
Ooh, that's
I was ready to be a hater, but that sounded good.
tasty.
Tasty. There you go. Okay, here's a spoon for Jaden. Hey.
Very nice.
That's nice. It's smooth.
Thank you.
Sometimes you get a grainy crema, and the brulee just can't even fix that. But
I've also had a bad raw creme
it's
brulee.
nice.
Thanks, Jaden.
No, Chloe,
I think-
I'm not a dessert person. Like I'd rather have a second helping of food.
Yeah.
But this is...
You enjoying that?
This is delicious.
Oh, okay. Well, you keep it. You keep it over there. I've
thank
already
you.
had. Yeah.
so that is a very Successful.
Just to nibble on.
I think
Show and tell.
my show and tell is like me. I'll be like the bake sale person. I'll just bake something new every week.
I like that.
A master baker. That's
Yeah.
what people are saying.
Willies, what's your show and tell?
My show and tell, I'm wearing it. You may have thought today, God, he looks good. My God, is he in commerce? Is he in humanities? Is he a business owner? Is he just athletic?
Does he play pedal?
Is it all of the above?
Is he? He's a burnt man. And I've finally bought into the hype. I thought burnt literally just started this year, but it's just become super popular this year. And you always and anything that's good you hate. You know, Ed Sheeran, hate. Taylor Swift, hate. Drake, hate. Just because they're popular. Burnt. I used to hate. Oh, she's got burnt. She's got a fat ass. He's ripped. He's got a, why am I not in burnt? But now I'm part of the crew.
How does it feel to be part of the burnt crew?
I feel better than
feel
everyone.
different?
I feel like if I walk down the Sea Point Promenade now, I'd have brothers in Christ. I mean, brothers in burnt.
Street cred.
But no, got a crazy Black Friday sale. They're very nice. And yeah, there's a guy, Matthew, at the gym. Great guy. He just says active wear should be compulsory for his employees.
Okay.
And I'm going to apply for a job then because I've got
Bye, guys.
Just because you want active way.
too much potential. But
It's too much. Did you?
well done, Burnt. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Jen, did you get anything on Black Friday?
I did. And like Willie, this is my show and tell.
You're wearing it.
This broke boys cap. And it's basically a similar story to Willie's. I hated them because it was just popular.
Who are they? Tell
The
us
Broke
more.
Boys. The Broke Boys are a bunch of obviously dudes,
Brokies.
that started
women.
a clothing brand. I don't know. I think 2019. I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me again. Here we go. But they started a clothing brand.
You just got a fear now of getting
I do.
cancelled.
That's the ball.
That is the ball. And then
It's the Broke Boys. They come our first guest episode.
The Broke Boys.
Yeah.
You called?
And I admire them. I like their style. And then I thought, no man, I need to buy this cap. Black Friday. It wasn't even on sale. I think that's the beauty of Black Friday.
Just
buy
gets you
things.
in.
Yeah.
Gets you in the shop.
And then I bought it, and everybody wears it, around town. And there's obviously different variations of the cap, but it's nice. I like it.
Broke Boys.
Broke
Okay,
Boys.
well, I'll check them out. And what do? They do a bit of everything.
Bit of everything. They have a clubhouse, a Broke Boys clubhouse. It's basically like their shop, but it also turns into a club. Free entry. It's literally like a clubhouse. You can play cards.
Where is it?
Whale Street. Do you know West Fable?
Oh, nice.
Wale,
On the corner
Wale.
on Fable, and it's just up the road before the next robot.
Okay.
They're probably not broke anymore,
No.
to be fair.
The one owner bought a BMW, the 325i Kusheshe.
Ooh.
That box BM.
Yes, yeah. The
Dream car.
The cheese boy BM.
One of the dream cars.
What's your dream car?
Oh, my dream car is a Nissan Skyline.
Ooh.
Ches and Colby has one.
That one. That
Yes.
exact one.
But everyone says that's not Ches and Colby. It's just a colored bra.
That looks like Chesley. It's definitely Chesley.
Do you know what? He's probably selling it. He's off to Japan. So
Big in
Well, I think he's
Japan.
buying more in Japan.
probably.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Nah, Nissan Skyline.
Tokyo.
So you're drifting. What's your dream car?
It has changed a lot. But I've now recently become obsessed with watching people upgrade their Land Cruisers. And basically spend the same amount of money on, just ripping apart the Land Cruiser that they bought
And putting new stuff in.
and adding custom specs. But I will also I'll go out there. I'm going to say some crazy shit this podcast.
Okay.
That's why.
Go off, King.
No
Anchorman.
digital trace, paper trail. I'm shredding my notes after the show. You got nothing on me. The Range Rover Defender.
That is nice.
Not the
ad. This man is a fake dream car.
I'm falling apart.
Lego
car.
I got bricks here, Lego. Because everyone's like the Discovery. I'm not after the Discovery. The Defender,
The new one.
Land Rover Defender.
The new one or the
the new one that looks like it looks like an army vehicle.
I like that.
You could go to war in that one.
And listen to nice music while you're at it.
Exactly that. But it's time we bring you guys into the show. You being the audience, because as much as we
haters.
hate you, we also love you. I'm gonna open with one of our most vicious comments I've received recently from Brigo Bricks on TikTok. I think your time is up in South Africa in a nice way. Find your people in Britain.
I'm not from Britain.
I'm from Sierra Leone, bitch. So
No, that's rude.
what do you
That
make
is-
of that?
I think we must ask, what's going on in his life? What
Nah.
Fuck him. I'll say, organize my passport.
Yeah.
You'll never see me again.
Yeah. Pay for us.
pay
You'll
for my
never-
visa.
Brigo bricks. He's building a better future. Yeah,
He just goes to all the different South
Maybe
African
at a Black Friday
podcasts
show.
and just comments that.
So I don't know. I think we get a lot of that though,
On
But
TikTok.
yeah, for like white people in South Africa, like you're not South African, or because you're not a person of color. But then I've also got nothing to do with. I've got no family or.
In Britain, yeah.
Someone says, "Go back to your ancestors." It's like me saying to someone, "Go back to your like Khoi ancestors." They're not there, brother. They're in the sky, helping you, guiding you, shaping your life.
I'd love to do one of those
save.
DNA tests. I feel like that would be a cool thing to do on the podcast.
I'm
eh?
Turkish, I feel.
Okay.
Greek.
I always wanted
I
to do a
could've
blood test just to see my blood type. I don't know why.
Your blood type's the same as your dad, if you know your dad's blood type.
Always the same as your dad.
Allegedly. Don't come for me.
Can we start doing some research? You guys just say.
Just
I mean,
speak
I
That's
know-
the best.
I'm out of pocket, but you guys just talk out your necks.
No.
I like this.
So my dad told me that, so it must be true. Sammy, you sitting in the middle today, neck breaking. I found this comment that said, so what about pain relief gel sponsor for Jaden's neck?
Please.
That's from Musa.
Mampona.
Hey Musa, how about you score some goals in our indoor hockey team? All right.
I'm just rubbernecking in the middle, Musa.
I'm so glad our season's about to come to an end.
Prime Shavi.
Just joking, Musa. You've been great. We love you. Thanks for the comments.
Yeah, maybe.
But what do you mean pain relief gel sponsor? Everyone knows it's heat. Is it?
What?
Cringe.
Cringe yourself, you piece of shit.
He started this monster and now he can't get away from it.
Well, speaking of monsters, Mathley comments, I didn't realize Sam's BBL could fit in a bin. I do have a big bum.
But
That's
bins-
Deep squats, boy.
That's what a Bulgarian split squat. That'll fire your gluteus maximum. Maximus up. And then Carl Linden comments, takeaway from this last episode, Sam being cringe. Fuck you, Linden. Jaden not being able to talk, and Chloe being Chloe.
My
Yep.
voice is still not 100%, recovered.
That's
Yeah.
the KETS guarantee. Not your broken voice, just all those things we spoke about.
Yeah.
So.
That might not work. But we're here, baby.
And then
trying.
I'm sounding a lot better.
And then, of course, we
I think that's creme brulee, Chloe.
Oh, yeah. That's got healing properties, actually. Yeah.
we submitted some questions through to our Instagram, and this is what people want to know. So I'll pose you guys the questions. Rene Koch, also pronounced Rene Koch,
Ayo.
wants to know, Jaden, if Plet Rage is overrated.
It is.
There you go, Rene. Moving swiftly forward, someone writes, "Can I be on the show?"
Sure. Why
No,
not?
it's a no from me. It's
Yes.
a big no from me. Hannah Rubik comments, "KETS is my go-to show if I'm eating dinner alone." Whap, whap.
I love that.
What a loser. Get some friends, Rubik. What
you,
do you say?
Hannah.
But also, I don't know when this started happening to me, is that I just started eating meals, a lunch meal, and then I'll be very comfortable to eat by myself. I'm quite famous for eating in restaurants by myself even.
Did it once last week.
Norman,
I was famous for it.
Yeah, Norman, no friends over here. But recently, I cannot eat lunch or without watching YouTube or listen. It's the most.
Why? But surely you watch or you eat something and you're used to watching something on the TV. Or
You know,
That's what I'm saying. I never used to do that. Now I have to.
I think we need to be distracted. We can't sit with our feelings. That's what my therapist told me.
Your therapist is a fool. Mornay wants us to talk about snakes.
No.
I'll tell you who's a snake, Mornay. You're a snake. I haven't seen any 5-star reviews from you, you little piece of shit. Why am I being so aggressive?
I don't know.
I like it.
don't know. I don't know.
I like it.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's do a
I'm
nice
ready
one.
to be controversial today.
Julie Bugs, Chloe, this one's for you.
Julie
And
Bugs.
please, can you explain this to all of us? She says girl maths is better than real maths.
I heard about this girl math thing.
What is girl maths?
Okay, so yesterday, right? I went and I bought a bunch of stuff from Cotton On, and then I needed to return stuff. So instead of getting the cash back, I just got new stuff, because then the new stuff is for free. You know what I mean?
No.
Girl maths.
Go,
I also
man.
heard like
Or
if you buy
let's
something
say
cash, it's free.
Exactly, because the money's gone anyway.
Yes. You see, I find girl maths very similar to real maths in terms of I don't understand what's happening. What is going on there? What's the most girl maths justified thing you've done in your life?
This is wild. Honestly.
I feel like maybe if like I've done like a run, and then I'll like do maybe like another like 5K walk, and then like I'll just be like I ran 10Ks, like basically.
This is why women have not taken over yet. Because they have all the potential.
Are you serious, Chloe? Like,
women should run the world.
It's like
but they've got
just like
this
a way of
maths
like
going
just
on
like
here.
my biggest thing though is like if I draw money and then I have it in cash, then I'll
It's free.
it's free. Everything's for free.
so you guys bamboozle yourselves into thinking that it's like...
Classic. Absolutely classic.
It's crazy.
Plet rage is topical. People are talking about there. You see, if you go to Plet, you will come back sick.
Yeah, sorry.
Guaranteed.
That's the Plet rage
Hopefully
flu.
not. Or maybe hopefully riddled with STDs. If you've had a good time. It's better than being single. But Teagues wants to know. All the rage festivals are overrated AF and really overpriced. He feels...
is that a question?
No, we said we can have opinions, but he feels strongly about this. What would you say?
Yeah.
What would you do? We're not going to use girl maths because that is truly diabolical. Jaden, use real maths. What would you do with that money instead of going to Plet?
Well, it depends on how much Plet rage, how much it is.
Pull it up there. I've got an analog.
A general passport is 3,000 rand.
3,000.
A VIP is between 3,000 and 4,000 rand. And then an alumni pass, which, guys, is 800 rand to 1,000 rand.
And you have to, but you've got to live with the price of being a loser. So that alumni pass.
Like
is-
4,000 or 5,000 rand.
So 3 grand. Let's say accommodation for the week. You pay 1,000 rand a night.
Yeah.
5,000 rand for accommodation. You stay there for 5 days. You've got to get a
Yeah.
bus up there. Let's say the bus is 800 rand. I'm just making stuff up here. And then your food for the week is, let's say, another grand.
Yeah.
And you're going to drink like a fish because, hey, you're there to have fun. Well done. Your matric results are coming out. You've probably done worse than anticipated. Let me drink. I'm going to put that at a conservative 2,500 rand.
Yeah.
Which takes us to, oh my God, here we go. 8,000, 8,800, 9,800.
Yo.
We'll call it, because I can't do maths,
10K.
13K. I don't know where you got the 10 from.
I saw that Muscle Bay has got a rage.
So I'd rather do that.
Yo, it's called
But I
like
mean-
it's called like Matric Muscle Bay or something.
Oh, that sounds...
With the accent. Terrifying. Read with accent.
Of course.
That is
Matric muscle bar.
a truly terrifying
No, it's
experience.
overrated. If it's
Gotta go with
13K to go to Plettenberg Beach, nah, boys.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I did Hermanus. We just all hired a house together, 10 friends, and it was so much fun. Like seriously, so much fun.
13,000 rand is flipping expensive. You know, rather invest in the stock exchange.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Behind a pot.
But you know, it's not, it's not these kids paying at the end of the day. Their mom, dad, this is a rite of passage.
It is. All right.
Have you got any more of
Teagues
it?
Keenan, I hope we dealt with it.
I'm with you, Teagues.
This is slowly dealing with music, but Brad all over wants to know. Actually, no, again, he's ranting. Music made in real time with instruments is better than DJing. And in brackets, he writes, mindless hype music.
Ooh.
Controversial
Ooh.
statement in Cape Town. That's a
That
statement
is-
that'll get you
that
killed.
is controversial.
Maybe don't go to nice DJs then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like a different art form. Like, I don't think that's
I don't think they're competing.
Yeah. Well, we've
No.
got a DJ coming on this weekend.
Yeah.
And I agree, they're a bunch
so
of
tell
imposters.
me what you have to say.
Yeah, I do agree with Brad all over. I've never understood the hype of going to see Martin Garrix live. To see him press buttons.
So is that the DJ that he's talking about? I'm thinking of DJs just like mix and stuff. You know what I mean? Instead of like play like EDM music and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
literally
You know what I mean?
like a genre.
Yeah.
I'm
Like a DJ that makes no songs, but he mixes,
Yeah.
songs together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brad, rant more specifically next time. 2 Dead Pixels wants to know. Here we go. This is when they started getting weird. A fully shaved Sam could look like a handsome Squidward. Let's put it to the test.
No, I feel like that's. I
Squidward.
feel like that's. I feel like that's hate on your chin.
My butt chin.
I
It's
feel like he's
called a
coming for your
cleft
chin,
chin.
Sammy.
Oh, I see it.
That's a bit rude.
Oh, you see it?
I
Well,
see it. No, the chin.
you look like plankton.
What do I look like? What do I look like?
I don't know. The squirrel.
I feel like
Wherever the squirrel.
I quite like
Sandy,
that. Sandy.
because she's a young moolah annoying.
Young moolah, baby.
Young moolah, baby. But yeah, 2 dead pixels.
Would you
Yeah,
ever get
pieces.
like a full body wax?
I would. I would.
Like head, no, obviously not your hair, not your eyebrows, but like
Yeah. Jeez.
beard
If
down.
I lost my eyebrows, it's all over. And then we've got our last one from Brad Alani, which that is quite a controversial name. Anyway, he says that Willie LaRue is a national treasure. Jaden, your thoughts?
No opinion. I just think, yeah, doesn't concern me.
Doesn't concern you. You are on a podcast to have an opinion.
I don't think.
I don't know.
Why? Why would he be a national treasure?
Because he's won 2 World Cups.
Yeah. So.
What is Teko Modise won?
Well, Tico Medici is
Nothing.
For the kasi.
And he's a national treasure.
He is.
Willie LaRue has won 2 World Cups.
But then
I'm not
everybody-
saying Teko Modise shouldn't be a national treasure.
But then everybody that won 2 World Cups in the Springbok team should be a national treasure. Then you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Then okay, I agree. But
Damian Willemse, national treasure.
I think Faf is more of a national treasure. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
he's well
He has
respected.
more. He has more like
I feel like
personality.
to be called a national treasure, it's got to be like a bit above the rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That's what I
Yeah,
mean. Sorry,
that's true.
buddy.
Sia,
Come on the
Faf, Irban,
Yes.
Lisbon,
Yeah.
you know.
there's personality.
That's true. That's true.
National treasures.
I do think Willie LaRue is a national treasure, though. A lot of people in the global rugby world, when they do these polls, or they say he's one of the most attractive sportsmen in the world.
I'd have to agree to that.
Really? Yeah, and we just can't see it because he's Afrikaans.
Oei, man.
Have you never looked at a man and gone,
No,
that man's attractive?
I do. But the thing is, it's
You
like
got to work with me every day.
What does that have to do with him being Afrikaans? People
Yeah.
are like, ooh.
No, because we know Afrikaans people.
Because he wears like veldskoene.
Yeah.
That is a bit
I
of
asked my
an
mother the other day. She says, my pimp is also attractive. I was like, huh? Like, I don't see, how can I say
Yeah,
this?
no,
He's
I
got
see that.
Is
I
that
do.
pain behind his eyes.
It's that.
And he's mysterious and he doesn't speak.
It's that.
Honestly, guys, if I can give you one, here we go. I'm going to write this down so I remember it. Pro tip from Sam is if you want to achieve more success with women, it's not about being funny. No, it's not about winning World Cups. All right. That turns you into a hoe. All right. I'm talking about just being more successful in your everyday dating life or in, being around women. It's not about, because chances are if you haven't paved the way as a funny guy yet, you're probably not funny. Okay, so it's never going to be that. But if you are quiet, listening, attentive, there's an air of mystery that grows around you. I've seen it happen with a lot of guys. You actually just don't have anything to say. And they build this mysterious persona up and women love it. They absolutely love it. And they also think you've got a much bigger dick if you say less.
I don't agree with that. No.
Do you not
that's-
agree with what I was saying at the start?
No.
The mystery behind someone.
I like him. I mean, me personally, I'm not speaking for a woman, but like me personally, I like a man who's like pretty loud, funny, outspoken.
But I'm saying if you haven't achieved that yet, chances
Okay.
are it's not on your horizon. No one's gonna wake up this morning. God damn it! Why wasn't I funny for the last 20 years of my life? Now, walking down the street, hey you.
Okay.
So that's what I'm talking about.
But we haven't gotten to the meat of the show.
What's that?
The meat of KETS. We're going to do like a quick little rundown of what's been happening
the
in South
news
Africa.
review.
Like a bullet.
It's only
bullet
taken
points.
half an hour.
Yeah, we finally.
Good heavens.
We finally here.
Okay, so the news segment will begin shortly.
Okay, so we're going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown. I saw recently in the news, which is quite interesting, because I don't know how either of you feel about this, but
The news, I hate it.
the news.
I even hate doing it. I've said it many times. I'm just on Tinder swiping away.
I saw, and it was a really young cricketer recently who he was part of an award ceremony, and he dedicated his award to the fighters in the Israel conflict. And it looks like he's being disciplined for it, which is crazy.
What's his discipline in?
They're saying that
Spank on the body. Imagine that's what we did. Like if you stepped out of line,
Hiding.
you say, "Come, bend over." Whoppa!
3 strikes. What a cane.
Bend over. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, that's what they're doing to him. Yeah, it's scheduled 2 weeks' time. The cameras will be back there.
So he's a SA under-19 cricketer called Young Tiger. Also
David
known as
Tiger.
Tigger in some environments. And he received the Rising Star Award in the APSA Jewish Achievers Awards in October and dedicated his prize to the Israeli Defense Force soldiers. So, I mean, are you massively shocked to hear that, Jaden?
I am, in the sense that, just the whole Palestine-Israel, war that's been going on.
But considering that he's Jewish, at a Jewish award.
Well, that's my thing. So obviously not everybody, but most people are siding with Palestine. And if you maybe speak on Israel's behalf, maybe you do get a bit of backlash, especially in Cape Town. We obviously saw the whole Israel, what's the when they marched or they did something at Seabourn Promenade and they got a lot of backlash. So if he's Jewish and that's his opinion, then I think that's his opinion. You can't bash him for his opinion.
So this was his direct quote. "Yes, I've been given this award." And, well, he didn't say it like that. Let me say it more like him. Like a teenager who's just won an award. "Yes, I've been given."
What is that
So
voice?
he said, "Yes, I've been given this award, and yes, I'm now the rising star. But the true rising stars are the young soldiers in Israel."
If he's Jewish and that's his opinion, that's his opinion.
I also think you can't be disciplined for an opinion. Otherwise, there's no free speech. So he should be able to dedicate the award to Israel. I feel.
I think that is the intense problem with this, or these just conflicts in general. And we're not going to get stuck here because it's so
complex.
Easy to get stuck because atrocities have most certainly been committed. And I think if you are, say, a neutral, everyone's, if you're neutral, you're just as bad as the oppressor, blah, blah, blah. If you're a neutral, certainly in my opinion, it seems that, it's quite hard not to side with Palestine. Yeah. Just in terms of atrocities being committed, you just see the amounts of children that are being killed. I think that anyone's normal humanity goes, wow, how can this be happening? Yeah. The open air prison that is Gaza, all those sort of different factors and what. It's hard, right? But then again, if you're Jewish and you feel this is an attack on your people and you've got someone who was killed, kidnapped, whatever the circumstances are,
you also feel it.
You see that as a direct attack on yourself because you're Jewish and people are attacking that. And if you look at the sort of rhetoric around Hamas, it's terrifying. Wipe the world of this Jewish scourge.
And it's like, I think with a lot of these things, it gets larger than the actual conflict. Yeah. And it sort of becomes religious, that it's now anti-Jew. And at a lot of these rallies, people are now saying we're anti all Jews and not just Israel. Yeah. So it must be also a very scary time to be Jewish.
Yeah,
so
of
given
course.
Given the history.
and that's what we're saying. It's not. You get lost in saying I'm pro this or pro that. By hearing both sides doesn't mean you support the Israeli government and also feel sorry for the children of Palestine. It's a lot more complicated than that.
It's way more complicated.
No one, it's like, even if you say, I vote for the DA in Cape Town, that doesn't mean you run around with pictures of John Steenhuisen on your underpants going, woo, woo, woo.
Maybe you do.
Yeah, deep.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I do. Deeply flawed, problematic party, but then you go, are they delivering services better than the NC? And that's up for debate. So nothing is just one thing. And again,
it's never black or white.
People are always going to say, neutral. No, I don't, what's just, we got to be a little bit more, it's a full-blown religious war now, which also makes it tough because people are so entrenched in religion because it's a massive part of their identity.
Speaking about religion is already a sticky situation.
Exactly.
So just imagine if there's children dying and women dying and there's wars and stuff, it's going to be, blown up. No, obviously, no pun intended, but it's just going to be blown up out of proportion.
There's one more point I want to make on this because, again, a lot of things have been said. One thing that I've just noticed, and again, it's not like this keeps me awake at night, but it's the disregard people have for men in society. So when they talk about these deaths or kidnappings or conflicts, the women and children have been released. This is bad because they're killing
women and children.
And of course, that's terrible. I mean, the fact that you have to say that blows my mind. But it just makes it others men to being not as valuable. And I think that's just such a bizarre, and this is not some
I know what you're trying to say.
pro men like, we need to mobilize. But it's just like, it kind of makes all those people that have died, you know, sort of insignificant. And I was actually listening to a podcast, and I can't remember who said it, but the quote was, "There is no good place to stand in a massacre." So it doesn't matter where you are, what position you're in. There's no good place to be. And I wish I could remember who said that, because it was it's one of those things when you hear it, it's like, wow, because it's all true. We're all in this looking, watching, observing. There's no good place to stand.
Yeah.
That was Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen, yes.
Who said that. Yeah. Yeah, Sammy, I agree with you. Again, we could speak about this
forever.
All day. Yeah. But you mentioned the DA.
I'm sweating.
I've actually cooled down, thank goodness.
I always sweat.
So what's going on with the DA, Chloe?
The DA are coming out with some crazy claims. The DA have laid a formal complaint with the SAHRC against Cyril, and they are saying that Cyril and the ANC are responsible for close to 5 million starving children
in South Africa.
Yeah. Which I think it's just leading up to the elections, and you're trying to say like very salacious stuff. And obviously,
lovely word.
What was it?
Salacious. Kind of sounds like a snake thing. but it's these sort of things that come up in the run to the election, and I think that the ANC are in power, of course, and it's terrible that there's so many starving children. But I don't think that you can directly blame Cyril and the ANC for something that is the effect of generations of corruption and just turmoil in the country.
No, I think it's a valid point. So obviously this is laid, I think, with the South African Human Rights Commission, and they're basically saying, hey, there are 5 million starving children. We are laying a formal complaint against you for that. My issue with this, and I think a lot of people have an issue with the DA, is because, hey-o, there are lots of starving people in Cape Town. You just have to drive down Buitengracht Street to see
in half of the CBD
100 homeless people. You just have to go to the cost. And I get the homeless problem is universal. It's not easy. It's not, but it's always that case of, I think that's Chloe, like you're saying, salacious, so delicious. You know, like, and this is why I think no one will ever like politics or politicians.
It's a dirty game.
Because it's a dirty game, and it's not actually about the people.
That's what I'm saying, is that they're completely using this to go against the ANC, but they're starving people in your districts too.
Yes.
So, you know, you've got to, and John Steenhuisen was saying, this will be on the top of my list, you know, when you vote me as president. So why aren't you doing something about this now?
No,
I feel like the DA or all political parties will just say something just to start a fire. And then when the ANC, whoever replies, and they'll just carry on with, oh, but you said this, you said that, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like it is, just because of elections coming up next year, I feel like it's just one of those things where they just want to start something just to, you know, pick out fault and and there, whatever.
Trevor Noah, I think, waxed politics in 2010 or 2011 with one of his comedy specials. And he was commenting on an ANC campaign that says, vote for change. And the whole thing is that, how can you vote for change if we must vote for you again? And they're like, no, we'll change. So it's the same thing there. It's like they will do anything just to remain in power. And people are so confused as to who to vote for. We put out one video. It's got about 10,000 views, whatever. And it's just people going, I've registered. Now, who the fuck am I going to vote for?
Yeah, I watched a video yesterday by Dan Corden. If you don't know who Dan Corden is, you know the guy with the beanies.
Dan Corden.
And he explained everything that was happening in the Rugby World Cup to us. But he did a really good video about
he's actually he's a 5FM breakfast host.
Yes, he's the beanie guy, guys.
Yeah, the beanie guy.
But he did a really, really good video about, you know, who do I vote for in South Africa? And he went through, you know, everything that the ANC has done over the last years, and it's horrible, and they've like really ground us down. But he said all of the opposition is so poor that the ANC is actually, crazily, the best option. Like, and he was also making
Well, a coalition government is not really, we don't know what that holds.
True. But he made a really good point, was that the ANC are everywhere in South Africa. So their campaigning is the best out of all the other parties. They are in almost every single district. There's a youth league, there's a women's league. They permeate the whole of South Africa. So them campaigning, they've got a much stronger campaign.
It's just quite tough, like voting for a political party, because they all have their faults, they all have their corruption.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't mind if, people steal. I mean, it's going to be, to be honest, it's going to be, everyone's going to have one of those thoughts of, maybe I take here, take there. Yeah. I don't mind. But out of, let's say, a 15 million tender, don't steal the whole 15.
Yeah.
Just steal 2. The rest of the 13 and still do the project. I'm happy with that, honestly. I'm just being realistic, guys. But don't steal 15 and say, we're going to build 2 bridges and there's no bridges.
Yeah.
Or build a library, there's no library.
I think
and the money's gone. You know what I mean?
Terrifying for me as the white South African is watching videos of people in impoverished communities say life was better in apartheid.
That stuff.
That just... Especially someone who was born post-apartheid, and of the atrocities of apartheid and what that was like, that just blows your mind.
How bad is it now?
In complete segregation, these people still go, I'd rather this happens than that.
Because we still ate, still had jobs, stuff like that.
And service delivery delivered.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Yeah.
It's
No,
crazy.
that is really
And that's
crazy.
not obviously a pro-apartheid opinion. Come on.
Also,
what are we doing here? Clip it and send it to the RV beer.
Plus, also speaking of service delivery, I saw that the city of Cape Town have said that the quality of beach water is not great, but excellent by global standards.
Ooh.
And I beg to differ. Me personally, I've gotten hand, foot and mouth disease last year. That
Disgusting.
was so
What?
bad.
I've never been so unattracted to a woman.
No, Jaden, and hand, foot and mouth disease is something that 5-year-olds get when they're in creche. It's one of those things that
Did you get it from the beach?
Spread. Yeah. I went
swimming in
swimming.
poo.
Basically, yeah. I went for a swim in Camps Bay tidal pool.
In Camps Bay?
I won't lie, it did smell a little
for
bit.
everyone.
Bit funny, bit murky, and I thought, it's fine. Get the 5 a.m. club, get your cold water dip.
The wellness up.
The next day, I had some dots on my face, and the next thing you know, full-blown hand, foot, and mouth disease. So
Ugly.
I think
And should be one of the most, prestigious beaches around Cape Town, Camps Bay. Getting this feces disease.
Absolutely.
and then everybody got giardia at the beginning of this year as well.
I know Durban also had a thing with their beaches. It wasn't safe to swim in.
Yeah.
Recently.
No, it's terrible. The water
crazy.
condition. And then in
Yeah.
Plettenberg Bay, you're spending 13,000 Rand for Plet Rage. Don't be eaten by a shark. The salty sharks are everywhere.
Or by seals.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Speaking about being eaten by sharks.
What do you have a segue there?
My segues.
Okay. Violent ones.
R.I.P. Golden Dish. Speaking of, just sharks, the Gatsby. So for those of you who don't know, Golden Dish has sadly burnt down over the weekend.
Was Golden Dish on Klipfontein Road? Is that?
Lower, I think it's lower Klipfontein but it's Klipfontein too.
Okay.
Yeah. Golden Dish, obviously a very, very well-known fast food place in the Cape Flats, in the suburbs, in the suburb of Athlone, sorry. And it's just, burnt down. I don't know how it burnt down. I think it's to do with load shedding.
That's what the owners came out and said this week. That's
was
because of load shedding.
And just obviously it's one of those iconic places. I know my dad used to hang around there when he was in his younger days. After, I don't know, whatever they used to do.
Just chasing and eating gas.
Just chasing.
Now it's just a burnt dish.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is I thought about that one.
Joke,
No. The worst thing about that is I thought about that 24 hours ago.
That did feel very prepared.
Have you guys eaten at Golden Dish? Never?
No.
I've never actually had anything from
Golden Dish.
From Golden Dish.
No, haven't.
They're quite famous for their steak sandwiches and the Gatsby's.
The Gatsby,
Gatsby, very, very
The
popular in Cape Town.
Gatsby.
Yeah.
I often think, Gatsby's are such a interesting part of, culture in the Western Cape. I've only had one or two, and Chloe's got that hilarious story where they didn't know the Gatsby was massive. She orders one each for her and her dad, and it's like, oh my God.
I think that was from Cozy Corner. I think.
Yeah.
Cozy Corner is very, very nice.
Yeah.
White people, am I right? Anyway, and it got me thinking the history of the Gatsby, because this is our sort of thing. Like, we've got such good stories and interesting cultures and cuisines, but I don't know the history of the Gatsby.
Yeah, so the history of the Gatsby, it's obviously the story goes as that Rashad Pandey, the owner of Super Fisheries in Athlone, he started the iconic meal by accident. So he claims that he started. So he claims that he started the Gatsby.
Yeah.
And if you go into Super Fisheries, there will be like a whole small story on the walls, posting stuff about how the Gatsby obviously came into existence. And the story goes, he hired 4 guys to clean a plot for him. And when they finished the night, there was nothing left in his house for them to eat. Obviously, when people work for you, you obviously give them food or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just took a Portuguese roll, cut it open, and filled it with chips, bologna, and acha.
Yeah.
And that's how the Gatsby started.
was born.
Yeah.
I always thought that F. Scott Fitzgerald based his hit movie and book, The Great Gatsby, on Super Fisheries in Athlone.
No.
And the light, the green light at the end of the dock was the polony delivery. Mysteriosis.
Yeah, but that's the story that goes. So that's how the Gatsby was born.
And there you go, Rashad Pandey. Hardik Pandya.
What a player.
What a player. But no, that's so interesting because the Earl, it's all these inventions are born out of necessity. I think it's the Earl of Sandwich, something like that. He was a absolutely diabolical gambler, so he couldn't get away from the tables he was gambling at, but they couldn't just give him steak or whatever because it makes your hands all messy. So they gave him
a steak sandwich.
Steak, but with bread on, and there was the sandwich was born.
Oh.
Don't research any of those facts, but I'm pretty sure that's somewhat accurate.
That's cool.
But that is so sad that it's burnt down. Can only imagine that. I mean, it's been an establishment for years.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what the
saw-
white equivalent? Oh, sorry to cut you off, Chloe. The white equivalent of a Gatsby is
What?
sourdough.
And it's actually quite sad because a couple of years ago, like about 10, 15 years ago, that Ottery Farm Stall, another very iconic place that used to sell Gatsby's, also burnt down.
Ooh.
So maybe it's
This
I
is
don't know.
something
a little bit of a-
sabotaging. They found our secret sauce. We must destroy them.
No, but I also think, if you want to revamp the pace, what better way than to burn it to the ground, get a bit of insurance, and come back stronger than ever. That's what someone said on TikTok. Not me, not my opinion.
I
Golden
hope
dish.
that they had insurance.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
now they should. Sure they did.
Surely. But another whole thing is, we just had UTCT, which is an iconic race, ultra trail marathon.
100 miler.
Yes, sir. And 3 of the runners didn't finish first, second, and third, but they did come first, second, and third in terms of being robbed, which is just, it's, you want the South African experience. You fly over, you come down to race UTCT, and that's a guarantee. We'll give you an authentic South African experience.
That
But
is really sad. But apparently they finished the race.
of course.
What did they take?
Yeah.
These people are nut jobs. I'm sure they took. They would have
did,
taken
like,
their packs
watch.
and their cell phone and
Yeah.
watches. Yeah, they were lost in the mountain for hours.
That is
I don't know.
that's
It is-
also pretty scary, running without a watch.
It is terrible, but I've also seen the city of Cape Town has just launched a new initiative because there's been so much crime on Table Mountain, and it's obviously this is why people come to the city. They've launched law enforcement officials, but again, it's like it's high stakes crime because if the guy starts running, you got to be fit.
And we've covered the policemen are not fit. That's why they have to go to Virgin Active.
Got to
That's
go.
crazy.
So
That's crazy.
Anyway,
That is crazy.
in terms
I
of
didn't
global
know.
news, what have we got? What have we got today?
Well, we've got a new Dutch Trump.
Oh my word.
AKA Dump.
I am the Dutch Trump.
I am Dumpy.
Geert Wilders, probably, if you say it in a Dutch accent. That was terrible. But he's an anti-Islam populist, and he's just won the Dutch elections. I think it's so weird that often these far-right politicians, they all kind of look like they have the same mom. They all...
Incestuous.
It's like Trump, Geert, obviously, and then also Prime Minister of England. I forget
Boris.
his name.
Boris
Boris.
Johnson.
They all have these like super like white hair, comb overs, skin looks a little bit orange. Like
Yeah.
maybe they've got like a liver
Vampires.
disease or
They're
something.
very scruffy, eh?
Scruffy
Yeah,
chaps.
and they all have this beady look in their eyes.
Yeah.
But it's he is.
How do they vote for this guy? That's
Well,
my thing.
this is what we actually need to speak about. Well, we don't have to. I don't really care.
We must.
Next. That these people win elections for, the painfully obvious reason people are voting for them. So that is how people feel. Because you only vote in line with your emotions and what appeals to you, of course, or you're just a maniac. So he's a anti-Islam populist, so he wants a ban on the Quran and mosques. He's been labeled the king of Islamophobia. So you can say, oh, that's just a rotten egg. But then how many rotten eggs
In society.
are voting for him? So it's terrifying. The Argentinian president or prime minister, what you're going to complain about? I don't know if it's a president or prime minister. Shut up. Anyway, also very right wing. He campaigns with chainsaws. He's going to cut everything, cut tax and cut funding for government. Just a nut job.
Someone stop this guy.
Right wing is very in at the moment. And
I think that often happens. Like the pendulum just swings very, very drastically. You go from being very left and people are like, we need a change. And then they go so far in the other direction where it's also harmful.
Yeah.
And this
every
guy,
action has a reaction.
he even has taken some inspo from Boris and he wants to do Dexit.
They want to leave.
I'm going to dick him. Dexit.
We want to go to Holland on one visa.
Honestly, how can you be so crazy in the sense that you want to ban Qurans and mosques? And it's
Ireland just had an incident as well now where there was massive anti sort of immigration protests and everything now. And that's, the Irish, as friendly as they come. The old potato farmers. But that's what scares me is that there's a recurrent cycle of these people being elected. So no one can just say, Trump was just an anomaly.
It's like a wave of anti-globalization. People are now wanting to become more insular, not wanting to let immigrants in.
Me. Which, I don't know. Anyway. But in great news, all the wars in the world are now over. So
That's
can I get
great.
Can I get a hoya?
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying hoya.
Just joking. People keep killing each other. So what is terrifying, well, not terrifying, interesting, is that we only seem to have the intellectual appetite to consume one mass conflict at a time. What's happening in Ukraine? No one knows. No one cares about Zelensky and the gang. And Zelensky had this chilling quote where he said, "Do we have to raise more children to die?"
Yeah.
Wow.
It's often been Palestine, Israel, and then Ukraine, Russia who have fought for news headlines.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot.
It's not what they're fighting for, but we've been fighting for.
Of course.
We're on CNN. No.
I maybe also don't think that it's like the capacity for people to be thinking about more things at once. I think that people can care for more sort of events and atrocities at once. But I think it's very reliant on what you're getting fed. So if you're only getting fed Israel, Palestine, that's going to be top of your mind. So I think the actual real problem is media. And the stories that they're sharing. And they're always going to share the stories that are more, say it with me, salacious.
Salacious. But I also just think we're designed as human beings to kind of care about our immediate... It's
what
just,
relates more to
it's
me.
in our ancestral DNA. How do we survive? How do we move forward? It's the reason you can see a starving child at the traffic lights, feel terrible, drive 5 meters, and never think about that person again. And this is an experience everyone has in South Africa. So even though you can feel dreadful and empathetic and give them 10 rand or whatever or something in your car, you move on. Your brain is not wired now because you wouldn't be able to get out of bed.
There's so much things happening on our doorstep. The stat was released in December of 2022, but there are 82 murders a day in South Africa.
Fucking hell.
82.
People
That's
be
a
killing.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Samuel.
People.
Now there is a lot.
People-
There is a lot,
It's
there's a lot.
and you don't. That's also what bugs me is I see all of these influencers sort of saying like, "Oh, guys, like I've obviously got like paid content and stuff like that. So like, don't think that I'm like not paying attention to the Israel-Palestine war." It's like,
Yeah, your
you
job
guys-
is to make us laugh, not talk about Israel-Palestine.
no, but it's just like
Oh,
you
that's not your
are South African, so. You haven't also been talking about, if you're going to hold yourself to the standard to have to be talking about all these global issues, you haven't been talking about what's happening on your
close to home.
doorstep.
Local.
So,
What you said something the other day when we were chatting. Where was shut down? Gang violence.
Yeah.
Schools were closed.
Again, at Thompson, what Chloe
Where was
said.
that?
It's
in
like-
Manenberg.
What do you mean? No, in the, I don't know what, I just saw it on TikTok.
Yeah. People shooting.
Shooting, and it's
Literally
everyday
war zone,
occurrence.
yeah.
Manenberg and
Yeah.
Overpark, they shoot in broad daylight. And
No one talks about it.
No one talks about it. It's sad, and like it's like Chloe said, like everybody just becomes so used to it, and it's like you don't feel it anymore. As people that's not in those areas, because you hear about it in the news, on the radio, whatever, and like you feel sad for about 5 minutes, but when you're driving, again, you don't think about it ever again. And I feel so sorry for the families that have been losing loved ones in the Cape Flats, in the townships. Because of this violence, this gang violence and this turf wars and drugs and all sort of stuff. But yet we speak about, global issues where we should maybe focus more on, things in our doorstep and on our doorstep. And I'm not saying don't focus on
Not
the
to
global
say,
things,
it doesn't matter what's
but
going
also,
on.
like it was so cool, not cool, but nice and satisfying when this whole gender-based violence thing happened last year. Everybody stood up against something that was, prevalent in our country where we need to set a change.
First following the
And gang
global.
violence is one of the many diseases we have in our country.
I think
we should
just
have
specifically on gang violence, we live in absolute bubbles, obviously myself included. We don't understand that there are gang wars happening, not in another country, not
5
10,
kilometers.
15 minutes
Yeah.
away from where you live, in affluent areas. Maybe you're there living in these communities. It's not a thing that you have to imagine. Like, we don't understand as South Africans what rockets hitting a building feel like, or checking your phone and saying these are alerts, coming in. There's an airstrike.
Yeah.
We don't understand that, but there are thousands of South Africans, hundreds of thousands of South Africans, millions of South Africans that live in day-to-day fear.
Yeah.
Can't go to the toilet at night. What the fuck?
Can't play outside. As a child, you can't play in the road because they're shooting. And it's so crazy because there was a football match in an Overpark, and the linesman on his way to the game got shot. They were just shooting and he just caught a stray.
Crossfire,
and the game had to be cancelled just because of that. I mean, going to something that's, that you're happy about, it's football, whatever, on the weekend, and you get shot and the game's called.
Yeah, someone said he was caught off sides, but that is neither here or there. We try and make light of it. We'll be back after this.
We're back. Some heavy topics, definitely. I also don't think that it's like if you talk about, we're saying, although this happens on your doorstep, it's not like we're saying don't care about Palestine and Israel, but I think you've got to be aware of what's going on in your immediate environment. But
Or don't care about anything. Just live your life. Be a good person. If it comes your way, deal with it. I don't know.
I've often thought...
I'm not about telling people what to do or what to care. No, what to care about. If you care about it, you care about it. If you don't, you don't. That's your life. That's your livance. You must deal with that yourself. But it got dark there. It got heavy.
It did.
But onto more lighter news.
Nice news, because we're heading into it.
Dezemba, baby.
I think
We
should
are
start,
days out.
we should start playing Zeke's Batwini.
Yeah, he's back.
What's going to be the anthem of the summer?
Iplan. The song Iplan. For me, it's the song of the
Already, you're calling
Iplan.
it.
I'm calling
Okay.
it. Haven't you ever seen that on TikTok? The guy DM'd the DJ. It's like, Kala Tukuzin.
No. Sing some more, Jaden.
I can't. No. I'm gonna break the mic. But no, Iplan, I think, is going to be the anthem of the summer. What a song. What a tune.
But Laura Dlamini Poo. I mean, I don't know if I've said that right, but we're there. She wrote a fantastic thing. Where did she write this, Chloe?
I think it was on social media. Someone just
social
pulled
media.
it for an article, yeah.
She describes Dezemba, a lifestyle, a feeling, a season of festivities. It begins around the third quarter of the 10th month of the year and ends on or before the 7th day of the first month of the following year. December sometimes ends with your life savings, but that's a topic for another day.
It is.
Children are conceived in December.
Wow.
Relationships start and end in December.
You tell them.
You can hear December in the music. You can taste it in your food. Your drinks taste better in December. The sun shines that much brighter. December is tangible. People are expected, nay, encouraged to walk around shouting "Ke Dezemba"
Dezemba, boy.
at random during this season. Thank you for your words, Laura.
What
Those
a-
are beautiful.
Oh, my
I'm
word.
excited.
Do you know what it got me? It says December is tangible. I felt that. I felt
You
no pun
felt that.
intended.
You
I felt it in my loins.
I also like that December is a lifestyle.
pork loins.
And it is a lifestyle.
My
that
word.
we adopt for a month. December,
Oh,
cuffing season's over.
no.
Now it's time
I
to
don't even know
have
what the hell is
Yeah.
cuffing season.
We have permanent temporary relationships. December, that's what it's about.
You're in a
Permanent
relationship with December.
With December.
It doesn't matter. you know.
And it's funny, everybody just knows.
Yep.
you.
Close your laptops. We're done. It's December,
done.
baby.
We done.
We're
We
done.
done.
You can get into any sort of hijinks, any sort of fun.
It's
when you leave the house,
unpredictable.
you don't know where you're going,
don't.
where you'll end, what bra you'll be at, the people you'll be around. Everyone will just
The
feel
friends you
good.
make
You have-
along the way.
If you have plans this December, you're a weasel.
You're a weasel. I heard another one which we can start using. A jackass.
A jackass. A pumpkin.
You're a real pumpkin pie.
A little punk.
I also saw someone post on TikTok. They were like, first rule of December: what happens in December stays in December.
Yeah, there was this big American DJ or something who's coming out. He's like, December in South Africa, a vibe like no other. And he knows.
It's true.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys, I've started December now.
I think his name's Black Coffee or something. anyways. But the thing about December is there's a bit of pressure because it's like anything. New Year's, pressure because you must have fun.
You must.
You must have fun.
Jaden's still eating that creme
The creme brulee.
Loving it.
There's pressure on creme brulees even. So there's a lot of expectations, as Laura points out.
Summer
with
bodies.
Summer bodies.
Summer bodies getting cut for the beach.
I am working my ass off. If you see me in December and I don't have a six-pack, don't punch me in my gut. Punch me in the face. Because if you punch me in my fat belly, Kung Fu Panda rebound. So, no, there is a lot of pressure, to be...
Do you think that the pressure's toxic?
It can be.
I think that it can be, but I also like
It can be.
I also like that it's like leading up to the new year. A lot of people want that like push to be working out, getting fit. I see so many people running on the promenade now. So many of my friends, they're like training for a triathlon. Jeepers. Everybody's doing keto now.
What is keto?
No carbs, lots of fat.
I don't know anyone who's
Oh, is it
doing
that diet?
keto. I don't know anyone who's doing
I was on the
keto.
prom last night.
Garth is doing keto.
Oh, there I know one person.
It's way too full on the prom. I was there last night for a nice
Yeah.
jogger.
We need another pandemic.
Yeah, no, it's way too full. It's like you
The
flipping running down
pandemic prom
the
was nice though.
jogging, swing. It's almost like
Yeah.
I was rollerblading.
No, but also at the gym I'm at now, it's impossible to compete with the old guys because I have natural testosterone swimming through my body. But these guys are on growth hormone and flipping test boosters and they look like flipping Greek gods. I've had enough
Cite
of
your
it.
sources. How do you know this?
I chatted to one of the other younger guys and he said he's definitely on gear. And no, there's no ways at 55 you do like a few bench presses and have a six-pack. No.
Doesn't make sense.
So the old bullies, as they often do, are putting us under pressure as young men.
Yeah.
And the dad bod is also, oh, come on, what are we doing with that?
I like a dad bod.
A lot of people like the dad bod.
That's girl maths for me.
Dad bods.
Why would you like a dad bod? I feel
They're cozy.
that's just born out of an insecurity of
feel
you
like-
wanting to be more attractive than the person you're with.
Nah, I feel like if
Ooh,
you're healthy,
hot take.
I feel like if you're healthy and you sorted, health is good, wellness is good, and however you look, that's your look. I don't feel like you need to have this pressure of being, chiseled as a man or whatever. If you want to be a dad bod and your cholesterol levels are chilled, I'm all happy with that.
How's your cholesterol?
Yeah,
though?
that's-
Really?
that's your
it should be like a. How are you doing? And your cholesterol?
Cholesterol, how's it good?
Yeah.
But
Omega 3s?
Yeah.
The gyms are also packed. What would you say your worst thing about gym culture is? Or, just a full gym?
The worst thing, I feel like it's that how can I say, like that intimidation that you get from those jacked guys. And it's not like they're intimidating you directly. It's like you there doing your dumbbell presses of like maybe 15, 16, whatever, and the guy comes next to you with like 45. And you just
You see, I've never been intimidated in the gym, and I think it's just because I'm a narcissist.
Me neither. But I just like
I see myself in the mirror.
Me either though.
But I feel like that's why people don't go to gym, is because they're scared about what others might think of them. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, 100%. This is going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but when I see overweight people, also people call them fat people, when I see them exercising or at the gym or that, it's like it's just like the most motivating, inspiring, and like you're so chuffed for them because you would have known all the mental barriers. Because like we're saying, even if you're in shape, you play a lot of sports, all that sort of stuff, you still like the gym is it's tough to navigate. How does this thing work? I'm worried everyone's looking at me. Every human being in the world.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know where this comes from, but constantly thinks people are thinking, looking, and talking about them.
Yeah.
Whereas in the gym, the only person you care about is yourself. Truly.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the baddies walking around with the
I must say
the bundas.
the baddies do get I know. The baddies definitely do get some screen time in the sauna though.
My gym doesn't have a sauna.
Not screen time, like
Brokey.
like audio time. Yo, did you see that one?
Who?
In the gym. Man, you were telling me the other day. Someone was telling
Do you
me
have
that they
co-ed
had
saunas?
I wish.
the men chat in the sauna and then they do like a debrief after the gym. They'd be like, did you see that?
Did you see purple tights over there? Oh.
I didn't tell you that story.
Someone else told me that story.
So we've now got overrated, underrated, which we also want to help. We need help with.
Rebrand.
We want to rebrand it. We want to make it more KETS. We want to make it more South African. I think another great South African podcast, if you haven't checked them out, Gen C Pod. No idea what the name means. We've been trying to go on their show. They've been trying to come on our show. But my admin is
Terrible.
Fucking useless. But anyway, I think they have Kwai or Nai. I'm not sure. That might be a dream I've had actually. So sorry guys if you're watching that.
Is this the Yena?
Yeah. So what you thought, Sat or not? Not. Bad or mad?
Sammy, I quite like that though.
No, I don't.
No.
I hate it. Do you know what Sat is, Chloe?
Yes, that's why it's funny.
What is Sat?
Come.
Oh, sis, Chloe, have some class.
Poofy.
Yucky. Disgusting. I think so for today we do mad or bad.
Mad or bad?
Mad obviously being great, bad being bad. Okay. So it's open to the floor. Cyber Monday. Mad or bad?
Mad.
Bad.
Why? You can online shop. You don't have to go in.
You don't have the money.
Can online shop?
You've never had the money.
In August.
Exactly. I think all these things, they just show us Black Friday, Cyber Monday, just shows us how dumb we are.
I bought this cap on Black Friday. It wasn't even special.
I bought this on Black Friday.
You know what I mean?
Dumb.
Maybe that's just you two.
No.
But that's for one of me, there's 100 of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Jaden, he's had a lot of sex with people.
Burnt activewear. Mad or bad?
Mad.
I say mad. Why
is it bad? Just because you don't have, you little bitch.
No. Or that as well.
Take your old brokey.
But I feel like it's just normal activity.
My thing that I will, and I've spoken a lot about burnt today, is that this equivalent for Under Armour, Nike, or whatever, will cost you well over $1,000. Well over $1,000. 100%.
Okay.
This cost me 500 Rand.
I feel like it's like a mid-range
exactly.
activewear brand. So it's not like a Cotton On, it's not like a Mr. Price, but it's definitely not like Under Armour, Adidas,
Exactly.
Nike.
Plate rage, mad or bad?
Bad.
Mad.
Yeehaw!
It's kind of like drinking till you black out. You've got to do it or you'll always question how far you could have gone.
Okay, drinking. Mad or bad?
Mad.
Bad.
Jaden's so called sober. He's a
No, you need to
teetotaler.
hydrate, guys. Come on. Water, your watermelon McFizz from Macad's.
Macad's?
No, I'm joking. Drinking, bad. Don't do it, guys. Not worth it.
We haven't got an option for like perfectly rated.
No, that's
Would it
why it's
be-
divisive. It's bad.
Bad,
I think
yeah.
drinking is bad.
In general, it is.
I'm going on a limb there.
Especially in South Africa.
I also think we're going to look back on it in 30 or 40 years, and they're going to look at drinking like we did with smoking. And then
already they are.
yeah, like your kids are going to be like, oh, you drank. And you're like, drank. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I woke
Yes, I
up in a dustbin. Also, drinking on average is much worse for women. And women are at a much higher risk of getting cancer because
of drinking.
Yeah.
Girl math.
Girl mass. Okay. And then
The last one.
mad or bad, Sam getting a mullet.
Mad.
Yo.
But like mad like crazy.
I want to look like
Like
Rico.
crazy
I
for
say
that.
bad.
I want to look like Rico Ione. So I want to get that.
That's my thing.
That short hair mullet and earrings
I just think that a
I
mullet
think you
to look like
play
that.
for rugby players. I think it just suits the rugby player, honestly.
Well, what
The
you
mullet.
know? What you know about my rugby skills?
Oh, I know it's not there.
I know. Okay.
I know you got
I know it's not
epilepsy.
there.
So what's your take on epilepsy then? A disease that kills many.
I just feel like we should publish your notes after this episode. It's just
Guys, the things that this guy's
Writings
writing
of
next
a
to me is
madman.
absolutely awful.
Okay.
I
But
love it.
anyway,
I'm going to
But-
give us an 8 out of 10. I think not epilepsy 8 out of 10, just a general 8
Epilepsy,
out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I think there the notes go. I think we absolutely killed it
He's
as
gonna
per
start
usual.
moving this mic away. He's gonna start packing.
Willies, thank you.
Oh, that means you got
Wait.
clever,
Before you leave.
I'm done.
The link to get merch will be down in the description box below. Please go and give us a 5-star review and leave your thoughts. And yeah, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.